How you doing? Dan here with the 30-foot dory build. I'm just here to give you a bit of an update on where I am and how I'm doing. I'll show you this as I go over here a little bit. This, I believe, is the port side of the boat. Starboard is on the other side. I'm just going to take a walk down here and try to film this the best I can. Here's a better. See that? I've got all my frames planed to the angles they need to be to accept plywood. It's a long boat. It's 30 feet long. It takes a minute here. I'm going to show you something I had to do here. I got into trouble the other day while I was fitting something up in the front of the boat. See, she's nice. It's all planed out nice. Sorry, I'm a little tight around the boat. Yeah. Here we go. There we go. No, we're back out here again. Okay, so as you can see, everything is lining up really good here. I like it. I am happy with it. As I said, I was working on the front of the boat the other day, and I heard something go pop. I did not know what went pop. I was up in the front over there, and I looked back and took a look around, and I didn't see anything out of place. So I kept on looking, and when I got over to this side, my frame for my deck support, that's separated right here where the joint is. Obviously a lot of stress. So after coming over here and looking at it, I thought that could happen anywhere else on the boat, on the frames, anywhere else, and I just didn't want that to happen. Or I started thinking a little further ahead, and I'm thinking, well, what if I have it on the water and it starts to, you know, get bouncy out there and things start to flex. So this is not in the plans at all. This is my doing. I made these little 9 by 3.5 inch blocks. I dampened both pieces of wood here, the frame and this block. This block. And then I used Gorilla Glue, the expanding type, and hosed it all down with water. It's amazing how this Gorilla Glue works with water. It sets it off once it's clamped, and I think it even dries faster. So yeah, I'll be putting these blocks on every single one of these here. The front half is done. I got another 10 to do at the back. I had no choice. I just didn't feel secure without doing something. And that was my solution right here. It's putting these blocks in. Everything's planed down. Everything is to size. Like if I had the glue, I can probably start laying sheets on it right now. I have to pick up a couple of tubes of construction grade glue, and once I have that, I can start sheeting. So it's going fairly quick. As I mentioned in my last video, I got 3 weeks of holiday coming up, and I just might have this done before that. I'll bring you up front here. Now I went and did something, I don't know what you call it. You know, you're walking around and you're working and you're watching yourself, and you turn around and you do something that's not smart. Yeah. You see those 2 red spots right there? Well, that's my blood. Yeah, that's my blood. I did something really crazy. Matter of fact, I think I can show you what I did on the other side without doing it again. You see that little sliver here? A little sliver right here. Okay, so I thought I'd start planing the sliver that was on this side against the open edge of that sliver, thinking that the plane would just take it down anyway. Well, Murphy's Law, you know Murphy's Law. Murphy's Law tells you otherwise, but usually by then it's too late. So I'm holding my plane on the knob here. My left hand is at the back supporting it, and as I'm going down, my hand shifted, and this much of the sliver, this wide, came up over the edge of the plane somehow, or I think I may have even lifted it up with the front of the plane. All I know is that for that 1 millisecond, I embedded that in my finger. Yeah, like 3/4 of an inch wide. It's got to be at least a 1/2 inch deep. No, I didn't go to the hospital. I just wrapped it, disinfected it, and it's gonna have to it's gonna have to deal with itself. But anyway, yeah, that is the only thing I've done to myself working on this boat so far, is wrecking my finger right there. Does it hurt? Sure, it hurts. It made me damn angry that I would, after I did it, I'm thinking, why did I do it? Yeah, snap these little things off. Snap them off. I mean, if you don't snap them off, they might just end up in your finger. You see that? It's that little raised portion here. I had taken a saw to cut this down to peek it, and I stopped there and I started planing the rest. But I was a little anxious, thought I'd clean it up a little bit here this morning, and yeah, I ended up putting some of this this wood into my finger. Yeah, this is the first injury I've had, if you want to call it that. Well, I guess we can call it that. That I've had since I started this project. So I'm going to be extra sharp now, because you can't you can't keep on doing that. You can't keep on doing that. So yeah, that's going to get sealed in the wood there. And if anybody ever steals my boat, I got proof it's mine sitting right there, right? Yeah. So anyway, to wrap this up a little bit, she's looking mighty fine. I'm happy with the results so far. Very happy with the results so far. Oh yeah, I'd like to mention something else. Now maybe this is just me, but I used red cedar for all my frames here. I paid extra money for it because it's more expensive than pine or regular construction grade 2x4s. Would I do that again? No, I wouldn't do it again. It's a little bit more resilient to water. I think at the time, before the prices went nuts in the lumber industry, I paid $19 for a 12-foot 2x12, 2x4x12, and the pine was obviously a lot cheaper. I also find when you're planing it, if you catch the end of it, it blows up. And this is what I mean right here. Now that may happen to pine too, I don't know, but I didn't like it. I just find that the wood is actually a little bit brittle to do certain things with it. And I don't know if pine is the same way. I've never tried using pine this way. I've worked with a lot of 2x4 by whatever pine. But I just find that it's a beautiful wood if you're going to use it for what it was intended to be used for. Maybe you finish it and, I don't know, you make a structure out of it of some kind and you can expose the wood. You can, you know, outside to build something. But for the boat, to build a boat again, I wouldn't use it. I wouldn't use it. I would use construction grade plywood. So if you're planning to build, and if you haven't bought anything yet, my suggestion is not to use this good stuff. Just go with construction grade. My 2x4 by 20 footers I was getting for $22 a length, went up in price to $26, with the price hikes. But still more affordable than buying red cedar. Okay, it's going to end up being hidden. I'm going to end up painting the inside when I'm done, most likely gray. And the only one that's going to know that it's pine is going to be cedar. Sorry, is going to be me. So it's my first build, and this is my conclusion. Cedar versus construction grade. Go with the construction grade, unless you can afford better. I'm sure there's different woods out there. I don't know them all. And do your homework. But if you can buy the real good stuff and you want to build one of these, this construction grade will work perfectly for this purpose. Yeah, and it'll keep the cost down too. So anyway, the only thing I got left here is to put the Kilson in, 26 feet of it. I haven't purchased that yet, or I just may even use the lumber that's holding up my boat right now when the time comes. I have 2 lengths of it under there, 32 feet. That'll be perfect. Otherwise than that, the framing is all done. Sorry about the lighting. I keep on moving in and out of this tarp. Other than that, the framework is done. I just came out here today to put some more of these supports in. These little blocks I was talking about right here. I'll be putting blocks everywhere like I mentioned. The Kilson will go in, I think, after I sheet it, because the boat's still straight. Had problems with that earlier on. You know that on my prior videos. And oh, look at this. I'm sorry, I got one more here. See that? I got one more the plane down. On the other side I had a couple of knots in there. I couldn't plane the knots. They were just too hard, or it was just, I tried my best. So what I did on this one here, this knot here was giving me a hard time. This knot here was giving me a hard time, so I ended up taking my Chinese pull saw. I cut the whole thing down. It was close. Then I planed it out. It only took a couple of shots with the planer, and done. It was done. So this side's completely done. I only have the one in the front here. So yeah, that's my update on what I'm doing. Everything I think is going to come to a slow halt right now until I get some glue, construction adhesive, and continue banging away at this here. I've had a few good comments on my build. I'd like to thank those of you that have subscribed to my YouTube channel. Thank you very much. A lot of you have left nice comments. It's nice to hear somebody say something nice about what you're doing. I'm not in a fancy shop here. I'm outside. I'm underneath this blue tarp. So far it's working. It's keeping my boat relatively dry. I noticed in the front here, it rained the other day a little bit, and the shin log and the shear clamp got wet, and I'm thinking it's just going to help it bend, give it memory, take some of the stress out. So it's not too serious. So yeah, I'd like to thank everyone for your good comments. I appreciate it. Those of you that subscribe, thank you very much. I really appreciate that. I don't know. I just it's pretty cool. Yeah. So I'm gonna let you go. And until I get some more progress going on this, I probably won't post anything. But when you're cutting, when you're using your pullback saw drills, planer for sure, electric one even more so, try to not get personal with it. It just doesn't pay. This hurts. And I pump fuel for a living. Yeah, we'll find out tomorrow how bad it is. Thank you very much for your time. I hope you're getting something out of these videos. If not, I hope you're amused. Please subscribe and at least punch like. Thank you very much. Have a good day, and we'll catch you on the next video. Bye-bye now.